Here are 10 of my favorite Funko Pop details that inbox collectors miss out on. This is all in good fun. I validate every form of collecting. First example is the back of Professor Quirrell's head. Second example is just how cute Eeyore's tail is. Third example is Ham's coin slot. Fourth example is 70s Vision's baby book. Fifth example is seeing Andy written on Bullseye's hooves. Sixth example is getting to literally attach every piece of the Casey Jr. train. Seventh example is Napoleon Dynamite's butt. Eighth example is looking at all the details on King Candy and feeling how heavy he actually is. Ninth example is when there's something printed on the flap. And 10th example is getting to tuck your Funko in before bed. Ask and you shall receive. Here's part 2 of things that you don't see if you keep your Funko Pops in the box. An inbox collector would never see that Harry's actually hanging on to this stool for dear life. You would completely miss this iconic reference to Monsters, Inc. You would miss out on admiring the detail of the Mad Hatter's hat. You would never know that Lotso actually smells like strawberries. Just kidding. You wouldn't see the detail of how they included Shawn Mendes' tattoos. You would never see Slave Leia's super detailed hair. You wouldn't see that they got all the details of Boo's costume. And you would never get to put your Funko Pop down for a nap with your dog. And I'm here to deliver. Here's part 3 of things that I think inbox collectors are missing out on. The message that Ron receives in the Howler is actually printed on the inside of it. You would never truly see the detail of the back of the Dementor Pop. The Alexis Rose Pop is actually wearing the A necklace. This pop of Luna Lovegood actually has her ring on her finger. When it's in the box, you can't see Ahsoka's lightsabers. And just look at how insanely detailed this Game of Thrones pop ride is. Alright, here's part 4 of things that you miss if you keep your Funko Pops in the box. The original pop of the mayor from Nightmare Before Christmas has 2 sides. The detail of the Valentine's Day Winnie the Pooh is amazing. When it's in the box, you can't fully see Buckbeak, hooves and all. You really can't tell when it's in the box that the treasure skeleton's chest is actually hollow. You can see how it wiggles around because it's just attached by the spine. The Sleeping Beauty castle has just as much detail on the backside as it does on the front. And the blurred effect that Pietro has because he's running is so cool. Okay, twist my arm. Here's part 5 of things that you're missing if you don't take your Funko Pops out of the box. If you take Deadpool out of the box, you can see that he's got that extra fabric bunched on the back of his head. They didn't miss a single detail making the Army Man from Toy Story. You've got to take Qui-Gon Jinn out of the box to properly see the detail of the base and to see his hair pulled back. This Robin Hood Pop has his extra arrows on his back. For this one, you got to take it out of the box to see that his posture is all slumped over just like in the movie since he's only a pair of legs. And this Gus Gus in the slipper is so cool to look at out of box, and he comes off the slipper. Make sure you follow for part 6. Okay, sorry this is way overdue, but here's part 6 of things you're missing if you don't take your Funko Pops out of the box. There's no question to me that the Avengers Assemble Pops are meant to be out of the box, considering they actually connect to each other. If you kept Cedric and Harry in the box, you would totally miss that their last names are actually on the backs of their Triwizard jerseys. When it's in the box, you miss that on the Gringotts Dragon, Ron is on the back, totally hanging on for dear life. The best part about this 5-pack of Mickeys is taking them out of the box and placing them on the stand so that you can position them to look like they're drawing each other. In the box, you totally wouldn't know that the crow's nest on this Moira Funko Pop is technically just a stand and she can be outside of it. And who doesn't love coming home to Winnie the Pooh already having the TV queued up to catch up on The Bachelorette? Alright, no more waiting. Here's part 7 of things you might be missing if you don't take your Funko Pops out of the box. I don't know how you could keep this in the box, but this Pizza Planet truck actually has the detail of just saying yo on the back. This Barley Funko Pop from Onward has all the detail on the back of his vest that's in the movie. The cauldron that comes in the box with Hermione is not attached to her, so you could put it wherever you want. The Ultimate Princess collection is impossible to keep in the box because the stands have so much detail on them. Here's Jasmine and Ariel and Aurora. Ernesto from Coco's detail is pretty amazing. And who doesn't love Winnie the Pooh hopping down from his shelf to help make your bed? Okay, here's part 8 of things that you're missing if you don't take your Funko Pops out of the box. If you never took Kid Loki out of the box, you might completely miss that alligator Loki is on his back. When this Pocahontas is in the box, you totally miss the detail of it being a reference to Colors of the Wind. On the This Is Fine dog, there's writing on the flap if you open the box. Same thing with the Candyland Pops. The flaps are designed to look like the cards. The details of Woody on RC are too good to keep in the box. And a great detail about Hector from Coco is that they did not skip any detail making him look like an actual skeleton. You can see through his body. Okay, I really made you wait for it, but here's part 9 of things that you're missing if you keep your Funko Pops in the box. Special edition. So I went through the comments on all the videos that I've done in this series, and I chose 7 Funko Pops that all of you recommended as pops that have great detail you don't notice when they're in the box. I purchased all 7 of these pops for this video, which is why it took me a second to get ready to do part 9, so let's do it. You've got to take Forky out of the box to see that Bonnie's name is written on his feet, and also that they showed us where he's from by putting the Pizza Planet logo on his back. Next is Aladdin. Since this is considered the street rat Aladdin, it's perfect that they included him holding a loaf of bread behind his back. Next up is Grumpy Cat. This one is just a flap detail that you would notice if you open the box that says, "I had fun once, it was awful." Next up is Krampus. This one is crazy and so terrifying. He has a pouch on his back with a kid inside. The last 3 are all Deadpool. These have amazing detail. First up is Roman Senator Deadpool. What's special about him is that he's holding a knife behind his back. Next up we have Sherlock Deadpool. And this might be my favorite detail out of this video today. He has a knife in his back. And last but not least is Backyard Griller Deadpool. Now, not only is this a great pop, but it has 2 pieces that you can take out of the box and put on display with it. But that's not the detail that I want to show you. On the back of Backyard Griller Deadpool, his pants are on fire, and they're all shredded up from the flame. How cool is that? For the people who say that Funko Pops are meant to be in the box, they're not meant to be anywhere. They're meant to be purchased. By the way, this is part 10 of things that you're missing if you don't take your Funko Pops out of the box. Funko cared enough to put all of Maui's tattoos on him, including the ones on his back, which you wouldn't see if you never took it out of the box. Construction worker Deadpool has a teddy bear on the back of his tool belt, and a spiked bat, and a knife. Mayor McCheese is holding handcuffs behind his back. On this Harry Potter movie moment, even the envelopes on the back have the writing on them. They make the Scarlet Witch gingerbread Funko Pop look like it's constructed out of cookies on the back, too. And on this Professor Trelawney Pop, if you look underneath the glasses, you can see that the eyes are actually raised more than a typical Funko Pop to contribute to the magnified look. So I'm always talking about how much detail there is on the backside of Funko Pops and why you should take them out of the box. And because of that, we're going to get creative for part 11. Here's all the Pops that you don't need to take out of the box. There's absolutely nothing going on the backside of Elmo. Same thing with Mr. Rogers, just an outfit. There's nothing to see behind this Harry Potter, or this Harry Potter, or this one. Not a whole lot going on with Miguel either. And save yourself the time taking Snape out of the box. There's also nothing special about Winnie the Pooh doing your laundry. Oh, so you want a reason to take your Funko Pops out of the box. I've got you. Here's part 12 of amazing details on Funko Pops that you would totally miss if you kept them in the box. Starting today's video off strong with Ninja Deadpool, you wouldn't be able to see his swords crossed behind his back if you kept it in the box. But, literally, his pants are split and you can actually see his butt. Next is Grandma Tala from Moana. This one you actually have to move around to see, but they included the tattoo on her back. Insane. Next is Rex from Fortnite. Super cool pop, first of all, but look at that little guy on his back. Next reason to take a pop out of the box is Plain Crazy Mickey. You can see his reflection in the handheld mirror. And lastly, for part 12, we have the I'd Like to Buy the World a Coke pop, and on the back are the lyrics to the song. This video is for all the real ones that have been here since the beginning, because we're on part 13 of Pops that have amazing detail that you would miss if you left them in the box. Shark Maui from Moana has tattoos all around the backside and the tattoo of his hook on his fin. Erica from Stranger Things has the My Little Pony backpack, and they made it a My Little Pony Pop. On Selfie Gwenpool, you can actually see the selfie in the phone screen. I think it's obvious that these should be displayed out of box, but you can fully see all the stones at the base of the figure on the Infinity Saga set. On these Diagon Alley Harry Potter Pops, you can take the pop off the base and put a different one on. I think that's kind of fun. And on this new Pop Deluxe from Doug Days, the puppy on the back of Doug is playing with his tail. How cute. Okay, so for the last time in 2021, here are a few Funko Pops with incredible detail that you would totally miss if you kept them in the box. This is part 14. So Constance Hatchaway from Haunted Mansion is holding a rose, and her hair looks like a rose. If you take it out of the box and look closely, it's not just chocolate on Harry's hand. It's actually a little frog. This exclusive gift with purchase Skater Freddy has the Funko logo on the back of his skateboard. First of all, this Miles Morales Pop has Be Greater, Be Yourself on the flap, but this is him in his Bodega catsuit, and the cat is in the backpack. This Men in Black alien twin figure is a no-brainer because if you never took it out of the box, you would never see the twin. And the part 14 finale is Safari Deadpool. Not only is his foot caught in a trap, but there's a chunk taken out of his hat, a rip on the back of his shirt, and a rip on the back of his pants, revealing his heart boxers. As long as you want to see these videos, I'll make them. Here's part 15 of Funko Pops with amazing detail that you would totally miss if you never took them out of the box. Starting with this Fortnite Pop, this is Leviathan, and out of the box you can see that in the helmet it's really just a fish, a piranha to be exact. Next up is Triceratops, this is another Fortnite Pop, and on her backpack has a little Triceratops inside. Next up we've got Tomura from My Hero Academia. I think it's no question that this pop deserves to be seen out of the box. It's pretty crazy. Then also from My Hero we've got Suyu, and her hair is tied in a bow on the back. Next up we have Courage the Cowardly Dog, which is a double whammy with text on the box flap. And he looks like he's floating on this built-in base, and they included the markings on his back. And last but not least, concluding part 15, we've got Time from the live-action Alice in Wonderland. When you turn him around, you see the inside of his head and all the gears that are inside. Sorry for the wait. Here's part 16 of things that you're missing if you don't take your Funko Pops out of the box. This version of Loki from the TV series on Disney Plus has the word variant written on the back of the jacket, just like in the show. This pop of Doug from Doug Days is so adorable, and I love that his back foot is hiding a little toy from the puppy. So I don't know anything about this character or about My Hero, but Tamaki has really cool details that you can't see when it's in the box, like the wing, the non-human looking ear, the octopus hand. Pretty awesome. When Dark Phoenix from X-Men is in her box, you can't see the full detail of the Fire Phoenix on her back. Super cool. I think this mini puffed in a cappuccino cup from Ghostbusters has to be out of the box. It's so fun. I feel like it would make such a great display piece too. And last but not least is this Aang. Got symbols on the box flap. Obviously an amazing pop, but out of box you can see the wound on his back and his foot. When it comes to taking Funko Pops out of the box, the Star Wars Valentine's Day set is the perfect example of pops that should come out because you can fully read the words on the base if you take them out of the box. So here's part 17 of things you're missing if you don't take your Funko Pops out of the box, featuring the Valentine's Day pops. Darth Vader's base says, "Join the heart side." Stormtroopers says, "You're the droid I'm looking for." Chewie's says, "I choose you." R2's is hidden on the back side and it says, "You are too cute." Yoda says, "Mine will you be." Luke's says, "May the Force be with us." Grogu's says, "I think you're yummy," and it's kind of hidden by his little cloak. And then Mando says, "This is the way to my heart." There's also an Ahsoka from this year, a Bo-Katan from this year, and another Mandalorian, so I'm excited to see what those ones say when I get them. Okay, so I'm all about finding Funko Pops that have really fun details that you miss when they're in the box, so let's check out this new one. This is from the Olaf Presents Disney Shorts, and it's Olaf as Rapunzel. It's an Amazon exclusive, and you can kind of see the detail from outside of the box that I want to show you, but not as well as when it's out. So here he is out of the box, and I love that they have Bruni on the back. Such a cute little detail, and I love that it's a Frozen character, but it's also a nod to Pascal because Olaf is dressed as Rapunzel. I can't believe how long it's been, but here's part 19 of Things You're Missing, a series where I try to convince you to take your Funko Pops out of the box. Funko did not spare any detail on America Chavez's jacket, and there's even a little rainbow flag. This pop of Ulysses from Black Panther is so cool out of box. They have it complete with the tattoo on the back of his head, even that arm, very neat. This Knucklehead pop has a tattoo on his arm and a blood splatter on the tip of his bat. This version of Deku from My Hero actually has writing on the inside of the notebook. Gosh, can you see it? There's a better view of it. On the Fortnite Cuddle Team Leader, you can see the buttons on the back of the head and the big black bow. Momo's pop from My Hero has the backboard on the back of her outfit. Pretty cool. And last hidden gem of part 19 will be all of the scratch marks they included on the Jurassic World Dominion T-Rex. Alright, it's time for part 20 of Things You're Missing, a series where I try to convince you to take your Funko Pops out of the box. First example is the new Pop in a Box exclusive Cheshire Cat. This pop is just such a cool figure, and I feel like it just totally deserves to be out of the box. Also, like, you could have some fun with it and display it upside down. The choice is yours. Next up is the new villain series Lady Tremaine. You've got Lucifer on the backside that you can't really see when it's in the box, so you got to get the full look of him. Also, this amazing broken glass slipper detail from when Lady Tremaine trips the Grand Duke on his way to have Cinderella try it on. Next up is Tiny Tina. Thanks so much to Top Pops for telling me about this pop. Amazing detail front and back. That hat is crazy. There's even artwork on that little fanny pack. And last for part 20 is hilarious. We've got Gudetama as Chicken with the Top Ramen collab, and if you turn it around, you can see his butt. Well, I am shooketh because we are on part 21 of Things You're Missing, my series where I show you amazing details on the backside of Funko Pops that you would miss if you never took them out of the box. First up is this Hall H exclusive Freddy Funko from San Diego Comic-Con 2022. On the backside, you have the H for Hall H, and this tiny little pin with the Funko crown on it. Amazing attention to detail. Next up is Chucky Finster. He's so cute, but an interesting detail here is that even though his glasses show his eyes a certain way, he does still have the regular pop eyes underneath. And Freckles. Next up is Falcon, and out of the box you can see this really cool detail of Red Wing. On the back of everyone's favorite, Eddie Munson, we've got the little skull bandana, the chain on his pants, and the artwork on the back of his jacket looks like a pop. And concluding part 21, we've got Han Solo with the Tauntaun, and if you take it out of the box, you can see all the detail of the poor baby. It's time for part 22 of Things You're Missing, a series where I show you hidden details on the back of Funko Pops that you would totally miss if you never took them out of the box. On the back of Oscorp Spidey, there's a spider bot on his back. Abomination's fin is about to burst through the back of his shirt. This pop of Wong from She-Hulk is so cool, and you gotta take it out of the box to admire all that detail. I love the detail of Rescue's armor on the back. So cool. And lastly, for part 22, on the box flaps of these new Avatar Funko Pops, we have words written in the Na'vi language. So cool.